What's up, people of YouTube? It's your girl Kat, and I am reading your comments again. This is a series where after each episode of the Cat Call, I go through the comments, read them, and answer some questions. If you haven't seen last week's episode, Can Latinos Benefit from White Privilege? Make sure to check out the link down below and you can go watch it. This episode was really important for me to tackle. I know that I addressed colorism in season 1 of the Cat Call with Why Are Novelas So White? But personally, I felt like there was still so much left to say. A lot of the work that I do doesn't necessarily concentrate on how the outside world oppresses us, but instead the ways that maybe we oppress one another without even knowing. So for me, this video was meant to be a conversation with one another, with fellow light-skinned and/or white-passing Latinos, kind of like a, hey, did you ever think about this? Race seems to be a very complicated and uncomfortable conversation for people to have just generally, but I find that within our own community, it's a conversation that we don't even have at all, just because we have so much miseducation about who we are, right? We think that we're Latinos, we're Hispanic, and that's a race. So there's lots of unlearning there. I don't even want you guys to get it twisted like I'm really comfortable having these conversations, because I'm not. I think that they are difficult and complex conversations to have. But if you are a light-skinned Latino, Latina, Latinx, or a white-passing one, I think that we owe it to our community, if you really care about community and uplifting one another, to start this dialogue, to start, self-reflecting on yourself, because that's the only way that change is gonna happen. Even in the production of this episode with our lead actress, we found ourselves on set having this difficult conversation.
Camera speeds, scene 1, echo, take 3, marker. And camera set.
But let's stop the clock on this test and answer a question that only gets tougher with time. So even in the making of this episode, we already started dialogue, and now that it's aired, y'all had a lot to say. Our first comment comes from and they say, I'm not white, I'm Latino, y muy orgulloso. Don't let Kat convince us to be white. Clearly, she has an agenda. You caught me. I do have an agenda, and that agenda is for us to just think more critically of who we are. Not to make us white. Not my agenda. Just to open our minds up. Guilty. Our next comment comes from and they say, what's Kat's race? Is she white? She looks kind of Asian to me. Then someone else comments and says, she's not Asian, she's Colombian and Peruvian. Then someone else comments and says, she looks like Gina Rodriguez to me. Wow, what a compliment. I've got Asian my entire life, so that's no surprise. Usually people think I'm like half white, half Asian, Filipino. I've basically got a lot. I'm what they call racially ambiguous. From now on the census, when they ask me for my race, I'm just gonna put Gina Rodriguez, because that sounds amazing. Our next comment comes from, they say, I don't know what race I am. I'm half Guatemalan and half Mexican, but no one can ever tell what I am. Some people think I'm white, and others think I'm Hawaiian, others think I'm Arab. I hate answering this question like the girl in the video. How do I figure it out? Love. I've been there, I am there, that's why I made the video, and I've hated answering that question on forums, on the census as well, so I feel you. What I will say is that it's a journey, and I don't want to identify for you. I know that sometimes it's easier, to seek other people out to give you an answer, like, just give me an answer. But I do believe that this is a journey for you, your self-identification. And another thing to just keep in mind is that I'm assuming that you may be a light-skinned and/or white-passing Latina, since you said that people have identified you as such. Keep in mind to really hold true your ancestry, right? Whatever that is, hold it to be true and acknowledge that. But at the same time, also come to terms with how people have perceived you, how you navigate through life, because there may be, some privileges in there, like we've discussed in this video. But once again, thank you so much for being so vulnerable with me. I feel that. Our next comment comes from, they say, I wish Kat taught in my classroom. This is never taught in school, and now I learned more than I ever have about myself. Thanks, mitú. thank you for watching. That's one of the many reasons why I wanted to address this in this topic, because we don't learn about this in school, right? We're kind of left out, and when you don't have knowledge, you allow other people to identify for you. So I think it's really important for us to self-identify and self-educate. So thank you so much. Guess what, you guys? That's it. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for liking, for commenting, for sharing. You guys are the best. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to We Are Mitú and that you're following us on all our social media platforms. And you know, why not subscribe to your girl right here? Why not follow your girl on all her social media platforms? If you want more cat, you can get some. And make sure to stay tuned for next week's episode of The Cat Call. I promise it's gonna be a good one. And don't forget to leave your comments and or your questions, cause I'ma read them. I promise I read them. Okay. Till next time, thank you so much. Deuces.